Okay, I'm gonna go for a little bit of volume. I usually wear my hair like this, just keep it super defined and flat. And I noticed that the longer that it gets, the more it's able to do this, the more it's able to be flat. But I'm gonna go for a little bit of volume today. I will probably wash my hair tomorrow or the next day. So it's a good time if I want to experience some volume to go ahead and do that at this time. I like to do that closer to wash days. And basically what I do, I just basically, the clumps here, I basically just separate them a bit. I'm using a light oil, and I usually use a heavier butter, like a very heavy hair butter. So here I'm just separating, and I'm going to do that throughout. Okay, and again, this some of these curls here, my hair is pretty elongated because I cut my hair in 4 braids when it was wet, and then I took the 4 braids out, and then I've been keeping my hair at night in like 1 braid, just like 1 braid in the back. It's basically been elongating my hair. So curls appear to be bigger due to the pattern from the braids, and also from having it back in 1 braid, the big curves of the 1 braid, kind of elongated. So here's the volume that I have right now, and then I'll just continue to separate with oil. So I'm going through and I'm just dividing. Just going to go ahead and do that throughout my head. I don't have to do my whole head, but I will. I kind of just want like everything to be even. And I can actually like divide from the top to the bottom. I'm not too worried about the bottom because I'm not going to have any knots. I mean, there's a small chance of getting a knot because I just keep my hair in ways to prevent knots. And so since I'm keeping my hair kind of together and protected and not moving everywhere for days at a time in between washes, and I comb my hair when I wash it, so during the days that I'm not combing it, I make sure it's not moving all over the place, so that tangles and like lack of organization, so I can actually divide from the top to the bottom and not worry about the bottom knotting. It'll just come right out because there's no reason for there to be knots. Okay, so you can kind of already see that the volume is increasing. I don't want to separate too small. I'm just kind of looking for some moderate volume. Hair looks like really smooth and flat. And again, that's just from the setting method and from the products help to smooth and flatten out. So these are the curls that are formed for my hair being wet and kind of in an elongated state, and then them just basically staying like that. Otherwise, the curls would be a lot smaller and would be a lot closer together. So I'm just going through and just separating. And again, I can separate from the top to bottom because I'm not worried about any knots. There's no reason for my hair to have knots at this point because I haven't been wearing my hair out and having it move around. The more hair moves around, the higher the chances of tangles forming, and that's all types of hair. It doesn't matter whether hair is curly or not. Curly hair is generally less likely to tangle though because of the curls, because the hair is in the spiral form. But nonetheless, it will get tangled if it's flowing everywhere, and I love having my hair out and loose, and I can do that successfully without tangles as well. But I usually don't do that several days in a row because my whole thing is length retention and just maximizing, length retention. Pretty much like definitely over style, over like any of those kinds of things. I don't really care about any of those kinds of things. I just care about length retention. So here, your curls are dividing a little bit more. And again, I haven't encountered a single knot or tangle. I still have a section back here on both sides. So and I'm just separating with my hands gently. When my hair was shorter, the times that I've had my hair short, just volume was always there. It was always my hair was even really high volume even when it was soaking wet. Where now when my hair is soaking wet, it's like completely flat. Like really flat in the roots because the roots obviously are weighed down by, the rest of the hair being extra heavy with water in it. So, and then it stays like that even when it's dry. But when my hair was a lot shorter, it was just had more volume, so it would be like soaking wet, but it would hang a little bit, but it would still be like real high volume. So now for volume, I mean curls in themselves, like curls are, I think, volume in many ways or body. But to get my hair big without compromising the health of the hair, and what I mean by that is without overexposing it, and just having it be vulnerable to, getting tangled or messy. I basically, when I'm going to wear high volume, I still am going off of it's still organized. My hair is loose and free, but there's organization in that. And so tomorrow, I'm probably going to wear it in a higher, it'll be probably up or back, but it's just going to have more volume because I'm doing this to it. I'm going to have like some moderate volume compared to how my hair looked in the beginning. It's funny. Sometimes I get, actually the comment that I've been getting frequently in person, like in public, I get I guess like, I don't know if some people are like overloaded by, they're looking at my hair and then they tell me, your hair is like really curly. I'm like, yes, it is. Yes. It's funny. Yeah, I think that's funny. I think it's cute. It's like sensory overload to see like so many curls on one head. And they're all organized. It's all a pattern. Tangle free. This is the last section. See, like this is what I'm talking about. Like this clump right here, it's coming apart. I'm basically just taking those big chunks. I usually leave my hair in these big chunks. And then I'm just basically separating. And there are no knots. The ends are not getting stressed. I don't have to pull harder at the ends or anything like that. Another thing, like, it's still so defined, and I know that's the shea butter that I'm using. It's like, what? It's really defined. There are no hair strands in between. It's because the shea butter that I use is really heavy, and so it weighs any little strands that would otherwise, any attempts, for hair to separate, make it very difficult for hair to separate because it's such a heavy butter. Helps with overall protection and organization. So now here's my hair. Well, there's definitely way more volume from the beginning. There's a lot more volume. And like these pieces right here are definitely, and the longer it gets, the heavier it gets. So it's the weight of the actual hair, and it's also the weight of the products. And I did use a lightweight oil, but it's still like more weight that I've added to my hair. The oil does help to separate the pieces, so it does still help in volume even though it's adding more weight.